Hello, I am Centimus Prime, and here I will be unboxing the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Gamer Edition Decepticon Soldier. Now, before we get into this unboxing, I would like to thank my little brother for letting me unbox another one of his figures. So yes, this is another figure that my little brother had asked me to unbox for him. And of course, I'm going to do that in this video. So, starting off, we will be taking a look at the packaging. So here we have our traditional Studio Series packaging. Here we got the Transformers on the side. We got our more traditional things. Of course, with this being the Gamer Edition line, we do get the Studio Series logo in the font in silver, and of course the number and the Gamer Edition logo thing. And on the top corner here, we do get to see the title of the game that this character is from. And on the front, as well as we do get to see this open display of the figure itself, and of course this nice render box art. This really nice box art render thing for this Decepticon soldier, and of course the Gamer Edition and the faction that he's in, and of course the name, which is something as generic as Decepticon soldier, because this is supposed to be one of them army builder types of sort of things. On the top, not much, just a silver thing, because Gamer Edition and Transformers War for Cybertron. On this side, not much to talk about, just the Gamer Edition logo again from the backdrop thing, and a better shot of that box art of that. Get another look at that box art from the front. And on this side, we do get another close up on the box, on the head of this character's box art. And we have Studio Series and we do see that he is number 8 in the Studio Series lineup. And we do see that he is indeed a deluxe class. And on the bottom, just your red bottom with your stuff that you would typically put on the bottom of your packaging. And here we have a look at the box from the back. Here we get a look at a render shot of the Decepticon soldier in his robot mode, in his vehicle mode, and the number of steps used to transform this figure into the vehicle mode. And of course, he does come with a backdrop. And of course, how, tradition, as per usual with these Studio Series boxes, just your standard sort of Studio Series box. But with that out of the way, now with fully talked about the box, without further ado, let's get into the unboxing itself. So what's going to happen is there's this clear piece of tape right here. I'm going to use this X-Acto blade to cut this open, swing, sheath that back in for now. I'm probably going to need that later. So let's open this up to get another look at the Transformers logo and stuff. And now let's get this opened up. Here we have that. got that figure out. Here's the sheet of paper that they always come with. Here's the instructions. And here we have the backdrop. So let's set the box aside for now. Let's take a look at the backdrop. And now, don't get me wrong, the backdrop does still look really nice. You do get a nice backdrop of what appears to be the one of the levels from the War for Cybertron game. So we do have that. It does look pretty much just like Sideswipe's backdrop, so there is that. That's to be expected, even down to the silver box thing at the base. So we do. It's a little bit on the boring side, but hey, we don't get these figures for their backdrop things. We get these figures for the figures themselves. And of course, we will be getting into the unboxing of the figure itself, which means we're bringing the X-Acto blade back in. So of course, this figure is all tied up in these clear plastic band things, which we are going to cut open. I'm gonna cut him and bust him out of this packaging using our X-Acto blade. So there was one at each arm, just one that was around the chest and one that was around the feet. There's two little ones here that are used to hold the gun in place. And of course, so we got the gun free, and here we get a good look at the gun. Does look really neat. I'm kind of liking how this gun looks. That's a neat looking gun. And there's also one in the back here. I assume to keep this in. So after cutting that all up, we can sheath that back in. And then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna fold this Kibbley back down and push it out. I believe that's what we're gonna do. Of course, I'm gonna sweep the plastic trimmings out of the way and show you a little bit of this cardboard tray, because the cardboard tray is really just the cardboard thing for. Yeah, it's basically just the backdrop, only with openings and stuff to hold the figure. So let's set that aside for now and sweep all this stuff up so we can get into my reactions for this figure, my first impressions and stuff. Now, out of the box, he does come packaged in a sort of half-transformed state, where he's where he's basically half-transformed. That's odd. Where his bottom half's pretty much pre-transformed. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out a little bit of a transformation. So obviously we can split that apart and try to flip these down. Arms are not looking as Kibbley as I expected them. So that's neat. Oh, ooh, I'll talk about that later. But for now, let's try to figure out his robot mode. So let's flip his feet down. I guess we flip these up. Oh. Oh my goodness, there's so much kibble hanging off his back. Okay, so I guess that kibble, like, tabs into there. Let's see, this gets spun around, maybe? Oh my goodness, so much going on over here. Hold on, what? Oh, those are on ball joints. Okay. Oh, these appear to be okay, okay. I guess these get hinged back, and then they get spun around. Oh, okay, so these get tapped in, like, okay, so these spin around and get, like, unlock in, tap in, like, so. Is that how this works? Like, oh my goodness, oh no. Is that it? There's no way. Then there's the Kibbly backpack, which I guess just tabs in like that. Oh goodness gracious. Yikes. Oh my. Them some Kibbly legs. There's no way that's it. Let me check the instructions real quick. Holy, there's what? That's the transformation. Let me see yeah, it shows you that, oh, yikes. Oh, man. So I guess that is basically the transformation. Like, do these lock in at least? Can I at least get these parts to lock in? Oh my goodness, that's so much kibble. Oh my, like, is there a way for me to, like, reduce the kibble a little bit? That is a lot of leg kibble. Like, a lot. Yikes. Whew. And man, them legs are looking really hollow. Whew. Alright, I guess that's, like, oh my goodness. There's a lot of hollow bits for this figure. Like, yikes. But enough about that. Let's get into, like, some of the tolerances and stuff like that. So, head. Not gonna lie. Head is very tight out of the box. That's a very tight head. Yikes. And because of its, like, simple rounded, like, shaping, there's not really there's not really, like, a good place to, like, there's not really much of a grip on the head. So, yeah, the head is, like, extremely tight. Waist joint. Waist joint is fine. Waist joint's good. Ball joints in the shoulders. You feel nice. There's a little bit of damage done to the green paint on the chest, but that's fine. There's articulation in the shoulders going up and down like this. That feels alright, I guess. Biceps, they don't feel the worst. Elbows, not bad. The wrists are on ball joints, and the ball joints aren't feeling bad. The ball joints feel fine. On the wrists, feel fine. These are some oddly sculpted hands. They look open. They look like, look at that. He has like crazy long fingers. Thanks. Ball joints in the hips feel nice and tight. Thigh swivel. Both the thigh swivels feeling nice and feels like a good tightness. Knees. Ooh. Aside from the fact that aside from the fact that the knees aside from the fact that the lower legs are more kibble than legs, like trying to articulate the knees on their own, they feel loose. Like this one here is like looser than the knees on the side swipe that I got. Right. Oh well. But bending the knee with the kibble, it feels tighter. But man, them some kibbly legs. And the ankles are molded at a slanted angle because this dude doesn't even feature, like side swipe, doesn't even feature ankle tilts, but it does have some toe bend due to transformation. So there is that at least. And of course, we can find, and last but not least, we can of course try out this and see how that tear off arm gimmick is. Ugh! Sorry me. I accidentally knocked over my Centimus Prime repaint. My Seed Centimus Prime. Sorry about that. But anyway. Man, that was a pretty tight fit. But I did get that off. Plugging this in, not bad. Does feel a tiny bit puny. Does feel a little bit the fact that this whole most of this figure feels like it's made out of it feels like it's made out of just gray plastic, just painted in these colors. It honestly makes it feel it makes it feel like those Netflix, one of those Netflix figures to me when it comes to colors. It feels, to me, it's looking kind of bland in terms of colors, but that's more of a review sort of thing. But in terms of my first impressions of this guy, not great. I'm gonna be honest with you, not great. I'm not too thrilled with the knees, even less so than the side swipe. The ball joint on the head feels way tighter than it should be. a lot of the, like, most of the other joints feel well enough. But, man, this figure. Like, man. Oh my goodness, the legs. Yikes. And the backpack. But yeah, first impressions of this guy, not great. Tolerances for it, while most of it does still feel alright, and still feels fine, the figure itself is like, has some issues, and that's not even, aside from the tolerances of the neck and knees. But next, this is like, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be reviewing this yet, because this is like not even my figure. But I will say this figure feels like a Ghibli mess, and I personally, like, don't really, yeah, this figure is quite the Ghibli mess, especially in the legs. Like, from the and here's the thing, it doesn't even look that bad. Like minus like the off, like the crazy Ghibli, it doesn't even look that bad. It actually looks really cool. And there were even some things about it that did surprise me, but overall, I'm just not that impressed with this figure. And not just because it's, like, just a generic grunt, a sort of soldier character. So yeah, overall, not terribly, my overall first impressions, not great with this one. And that'll be it. If you enjoyed this unboxing, consider to like and subscribe, and maybe even comment if you want. And of course, I will be posting again sooner or later.